Picture this. It's a quiet, chilly evening in a small, peaceful town. The kind of town where everyone knows everyone. And the worst crime is usually a kid stealing a candy bar from the local store. That was the kind of town where Anatoly Moskvin lived. By day, he was a respected historian, a genius who spoke 13 languages, a familiar, if slightly eccentric figure wandering the local cemeteries. He told everyone he was documenting the stories of the dead, honoring their memories. People thought it was a bit strange, but hey, he was a historian, right? That was his job. But Anatoly had a secret. A deeply disturbing secret that he kept hidden behind the locked doors of his small, cluttered apartment. His parents, who lived with him, thought his room was just a mess, the chaotic den of a brilliant academic. They had no idea that the mess was something straight out of a nightmare. One day, after a tip from a local about graves being desecrated, police finally decided to pay Anatoly a visit. They knocked on his door, expecting to ask a few questions, maybe check his research notes. What they found instead? Well, it was something no amount of training could prepare them for. When they entered Anatoly's apartment, they were met with a scene of unimaginable horror. The small space was filled with what looked like life-sized antique dolls. They were everywhere, dressed in fancy clothes, stockings, and knee-high boots. Some were propped up on sofas, others sat at a table as if for a tea party. At first, the officers were just confused. Was this his hobby, a strange collection? Then one of the officers got closer. He touched one of the dolls, and the horrifying truth hit them like a physical blow. These weren't dolls, they were human bodies, the mummified corpses of young girls. For years, Anatoly had been sneaking into cemeteries at night. He would dig up the freshly buried remains of girls aged 3 to 12. He'd take them home, and through a macabre, self-taught process, he would mummify them. He dressed them, placed music boxes inside their chests, and even gave them names. He'd arrange them around his apartment, celebrating their birthdays, talking to them, singing to them. In his twisted mind, he believed he was saving them from their lonely graves, giving them a new life. He was waiting for science to advance enough so he could bring them back to life. He wasn't a grave robber, he insisted. He was a father to his girls. A total of 29 bodies were found, turning his small apartment into a personal, horrifying mausoleum.